They never did any hard drugs or knew where to get it. So for me, that was perfect because I was never tempted. My Adderall usage went down and even for a while completely stopped. So from a drug context, I was looking pretty good. But from a God context, I wasn't. Because I wasn't filling myself with anything godly. I wasn't going to church, reading the word, surrounding myself with other Christians. So 4 years after I left California, and I'm now here in Missouri, and I'm face to face with my demons once again, I didn't stand a chance. It just opened up the floodgates for them to come rushing in and take over. Because my 30-day supply of Adderall now wasn't lasting me just 30 days. It was lasting me 15, maybe 10, sometimes even less. Because not only was I ingesting it now, but I was also snorting it. I was supplementing cocaine to get me through the rest of the month until my script was ready again. I was drinking every single night as a way to just put me to sleep. I would smoke weed whenever it was made available. And I even graduated to try meth. So it went on like this for a while until finally, I just decided I can't keep doing this. There's no way that I can fight this fight by myself. So I talked to my parents, and we decided it'd be good for me to check me into a treatment center in Boonville called Valley Hope. And so summer of 2011, I go stay my 30 days, and I remember coming out confident and hopeful and certain that I was finally going to be the Chris Garfias my parents wanted me to be. Finally be the Chris Garfias that I knew God wanted me to be, and finally be the Chris that I should have been had I never gone down that road of addiction in the first place. And I was sure of this until about 3 months or so after I left treatment, and the enemy just comes in to wreck a day. For some reason, I get the notion in my head and the idea that despite everything I learned in treatment, and the 90 plus meetings I went to in 90 days, that I was not an alcoholic, that I was just an addict. I somehow decided to separate the two. I would rationalize with myself and say, you know what? It was the drugs that sparked the desire for me to drink. I had to drink just to put me to sleep at night, to prevent me from staying up multiple days. Had I never been on drugs in the first place, I'd have been your typical social drinker. That's really what I thought. So I proceeded to drink. Wasn't too long after that I realized that I'm an alcoholic too. I'm addicted to it all. If it feels good and changes your mental status, I gotta have it. But it took a while before I go back to get some help again. Finally, in 2015, I decided to check myself back into Valley Hope. I guess I just enjoyed it so much I had to go back again. And I remember driving there myself and having a pep talk with myself in the rearview mirror and telling myself that, hey, Chris, we're gonna get it right this time, dude. We're not coming back a third time. Not to mention, each time I come, it's costing me $10,000. So it's burning a pretty hole through my wallet. Even if I wanted to come back a third time, I don't think I can afford it. So this time we had to get it right. Stayed my 30 days, came out, once again with all the certainty, all the confidence, and all the hope in the world that finally I got it. A few months later, ended up getting married. And roughly 6 months or so after I left treatment, the old enemy comes back around. And I get the notion and the idea in my head, and I think to myself, it's that buzz feeling you get after you've had a couple drinks. That's where the relapse is. It's not the actual beer itself. So if I can have just one beer, maybe even two, and not get that buzz feeling, technically I'm sober, right? Basically, I was trying to find a way to have my cake and eat it too. And I even thought, this is how genius, how smart I thought I was. I even told myself, maybe I'll only have that one beer every so often, maybe whenever we go out to a restaurant, maybe for a special occasion.